going to be showing how to install a towel warmer. First step of installing a towel warmer is make sure you have the right one that you ordered. The one we have here in the box is the Riviera towel warmer. What we're going to do is we're going to take the towel warmer out of the box, pull the instructions out, make sure you save the instructions so you can read them, because we're going to go through them and make sure that we get our towel warmer installed correctly on the wall. Okay, now we can go ahead and pull the towel warmer out of the box. When we do that, we want to make note of the location of the installation hardware, which is right here. And also, we have located our installation manual, which is right there. So we're going to go ahead and take this out and unpack it and get started. So now we've taken the towel warmer, we've placed it upside down on a table. If you have a hard surface table, you might want to put a towel or something over this so you don't scratch the towel warmer while you're working on it. But this is plastic, so we're not really worried about it too much. We'll go ahead and take a look inside the box here, and this box is filled with the parts that you're going to need to attach the towel warmer to the wall. This is the cover plate that's going to cover your electrical wires as they go into the wall. And then we have some anchors and screws here that we'll use to install it onto the wall. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces and we're going to assemble them onto the towel warmer so we can see exactly where we need to mark our box so we can use it as a template. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Now we have the towel warmer out of its protective bag, and we have one of the sides of the box is cut off. And now we've put our legs, mounting legs, on the towel warmer, and we have not done so yet with our electrical tube. What we're going to do now is we're going to make 4 marks around the legs so we can use this as our template. Now with all 4 marks made, I can go ahead and attach the electrical tube. We'll attach it here, and then that will be our last mark on the location here on the back or the side of the box. All right, now we're ready for our last mark here, where our electrical tube is going to go. And now we're ready to go ahead and take this template and put it on the wall. All right, now we've taken and punched a few holes where our legs are going to be and where our electrical tube is going to be. And now we're ready to find a spot on the wall that is suitable for our location, and however high or low you put it is up to you. There is no rule that says it needs to be so tall or not. Keep in mind that this spot down here is where the electrical power is going to be coming out. This is where our electrical box is going to have to be located in the wall also. So we're going to use it to mark the location of the electrical box. The idea here is for us to know the location of this stud and get this side, these 2 holes, into a stud location on the wall. That's ideal. Sometimes you can't do that, but the ideal way to do it is to go into 2 studs. So we've picked out our spot here on the wall, and we're going to place it here, and we're going to attach it, and then we're going to make sure that our holes are level. This is the location of where the electrical tube is going to be entering the wall. Now, if this doesn't work for your particular installation, you may choose to take this towel warmer and rotate it this direction and make the electrical power output over here if you really need to. So you can take it from here to here if you'd like, but you cannot change the electrical output from here to here. Now that we've marked the location on the wall of the area that we want to put it in, now we're going to have to get it leveled to make sure that it looks good while it's up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one that's pretty close to the height we want, and I think I'm going to go off of this right one. I disconnect the tape from the left side, and we'll be ready to get it level. All right, now we've got it level, and we have our 4 marks for the mounting legs here on the wall, and we have our spot for the power connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to put this through the holes that we've made and mark the location on the wall for the drilling. These 2 are going to be lining up with the stud, and these 2 will not. Okay, now that we've made our marks on the wall, we're going to go ahead and remove our template very carefully so we don't pull any of the paint off. And now we have our marks on the back here of the wall, and we can start doing our drilling. All right, now we're going to start taking parts from the parts kit, and we're going to start mounting our mounting brackets on the wall. So to do that, I just take one of these screws, I take one of these washers, and I go ahead and send it into the connector. So it's sticking out like that. And then I go ahead and I attach it to the wall. When you're putting these in, to make sure that everything lines up really nice, you never ever tighten all the screws down first. So what I do is I get this so I can move it left and right, up and down a little bit, and then once I get it, the towel warmer on the mounts, I make note of the location and then I tighten them down. So we're just gonna leave this one slightly loose, so when we put the other two on, we'll be able to move them together if we have to, find out where they sit, and then go ahead and put the towel warmer on. Now we've taken these pieces out of our parts kit, and you can see there's 4 legs here, and then there is this tube which is going to be covering the electrical wiring. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the towel warmer. If you look at one side is got a bigger thread, one side has a smaller thread. We're going to take the smaller thread and put it into these 4 points on the back of the towel warmer. When you're doing this, please do it on the floor, on carpeting, or if you're doing it on a table, make sure that you put some cardboard down or something that's not going to scratch the towel warmer, because while you're doing this, the towel warmer will move around a little bit and you don't want to scratch it while you're doing this. Once again, I'm taking the small end and screwing it into the pin sticking out of the back of the towel warmer. And now we have this tube connector. This tube is going to, it has threads on the inside. It's going to thread onto this part of the towel warmer in the back. Very carefully, you want to guide the wires into the tube. Thread the tube onto the towel warmer. Now we're ready to put it on the wall. Now we've got the legs mounted onto the towel warmer. Now it's time for us to place them onto the studs. Remember the mounting brackets, I should say. We just got them on here loosely to make sure that this is going to match up. Now that we know our towel warmer is going to line up with our mounting brackets, it's time to go ahead and tighten them down. Now it's time to worry about the wall plate. The wall plate will have a gray opaque plastic covering over it. You'll need to remove that covering from the plate to reveal the stainless steel underneath. So what we're going to do now is we need to get this plate facing in the same direction as the towel warmer. So we need to take this and place it, getting the wires through it, and then place it onto the tube that is covering the wires. And then we're going to align this with the box. When we get it to that position, we'll then screw the wall plate, or cover plate, onto the box. Okay, now that we have the towel warmer on the wall, it's time to make sure that we secure it. And that's what these little set screws and the Allen wrench are for. They're going to be put in to the sides of these brackets here, and that is going to hold the tubes on with pressure. Well, now we can see that we have the towel warmer mounted onto the wall, and you can see how easy that was. It's very, very simple. You just follow the steps in the installation manual. You shouldn't have any problems. We're not going to show you the electrical part because that should be left to an electrician to be done according to your local code. So hand it off to an electrician at this point. But if you want to, remember, we can change the electrical mounting point from the lower right to the upper left by just rotating the towel warmer around. So that is an option. However, if you do that, you'll see the power right here at the top. So some people don't like that, but if you have to do that, you can. So that wraps up today's info tip on how to mount a towel warmer to a wall. If you have any more questions, check us out at www.warmlyyours.com or call us 24/7 at 800-875-5285. Thanks for watching.